Hello, and welcome to the Data Studio SAS video module, which is part of the NHLBI Biodata Catalyst powered by Seven Bridges onboarding lessons. While following along to this video, please keep in mind some key concepts. The first is that Data Studio allows you to perform analysis without downloading data. You can analyze your data directly where it lives on the cloud. Second, Data Studio allows you to save the outputs of your analysis back to your project space. And third, one of the computing environments offered for Data Studio is SAS Studio. At the end of this video, you will be able to create a new Data Studio instance using the SAS environment, import a file from your BDC project, modify, and save that file back to your BDC project. Before we begin, I'm going to explain the directory structure of the Seven Bridges cloud instance inside a Data Studio session. The file structure looks like this. You'll find these folders in the graphical user interface menu. Here on the right side of the screen, we'll see their file paths. SB Genomics project-files is where your files are located and can be accessed from. This is read-only, not writable. SB Genomics /output files is writable and is where you should save files to have them show up in your files view or be accessible for apps. SB Genomics Workspace is the special directory created for interactive sessions. This directory is read and write, but files here are not accessible to apps. I've logged into Biodata Catalyst powered by Seven Bridges, and I've created a project for this tutorial called SAS Data Studio Tutorial. Here on my project dashboard is the steps I'll be taking in this tutorial. We'll navigate to the Data Studio tab, create a new SAS Data Studio session, we'll import a file from the project files, modify that file, and save it back to the project files. First, let's find the Data Studio tab here in the project navigation bar. The first thing I need to do is create a new analysis. You'll see 3 environment options here. Select SAS Studio. The SAS environment is a popular commercial statistics and analytic environment. SAS is a licensed product, and it's provided here with a consumption-based license of $3 per hour so that researchers can use SAS with their Biodata Catalyst data without having to pay for a full license fee. Instead, you're just paying for the time that you use. I'll name this SAS Demo. In the environment dropdown, you can see you have a few choices of pre-built environments to use, including the default data science, the analytics, and the business intelligence. You can find out more about what these different environments offer by clicking the tooltip to learn more and go to the documentation. We will go ahead and use the data science default. The next option is choosing an instance type. You can learn more about different instance types from documentation that I'll link in the video description. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and use the default C5.2x large at 34 cents per hour. And the last option here is the suspend time. You can adjust the suspend time to as much as 120 minutes, but we do not recommend ever turning suspend time off. We can click on the tooltip to find out more about what this is. It's the period of inactivity after which the instance is stopped automatically and the analysis is saved. This is a cost guardrail. It's easy to walk away from a computer and forget that there is something running. And if there is a suspend time set, you will not continue to be charged for that time. All of these parameters set, we'll now hit start and the analysis session can begin. This takes a while to allocate the instance, prepare the instance, and prepare the analysis environment. So I'll speed this up with the magic of video editing. Now we've loaded, and I'll show you how to find your files. Please note, this is not a SAS Studio tutorial. This is just a tutorial about where your files are located and how to access them in SAS on Biodata Catalyst 7 Bridges. There are numerous ways to load files into SAS, but we're just going to look here at My Folders. This is where you will find those 3 directories I talked about: output-files, project-files, and workspace. To import this data, which we can find in my project-files, the quickest thing to do is to right-click the file name and click Import Data. SAS Studio will auto-generate some code here that can be used to import the data to a table named work.import. To run this code, we can just click the Run button or type F3. And if we look at the output data window, we can see that we have imported this data. The data we're looking at is from the Gapminder dataset. This is the number of cervical cancer deaths since 1990. Now, in order to demonstrate how saving a file back to your BDC project space works, I'm going to modify this data table and then save the modified data to a file. Let's first take this code that we use to import the data and save it to a SAS program. I will highlight it and hit Control-C, and then I'll click this tab Program 1, and hit Control-V to paste, and I'll click Save As. I will save this file in Workspace because this is a file I'm only going to need to access when I'm in this SAS Data Studio session. I'll call it import_data.sas. When we open the Workspace directory, we also see that I have two other programs that I've written and put here. The first that we're going to look at is sortandfilter.sas. Here, we will sort the data by the column named 1994 with the values in descending order. Then we'll take the top 50 rows and store those in a table named top 50. We'll hit Run, and then we'll see the output. First, we see table work sorted data. And then if we click here and select top 50, we'll see a table with 50 rows. What we'll do next is take this top 50 and save it to an output file. I've written this SAS program here, save to output files. It will use the path sbgenomics/output files and save to top50data.csv. I'll hit Run. And now we can see this file has appeared in my directory output files. Remember, output-files is the writable directory that will save your files to your project space, to your project files. However, it's important to note that this is a staging area. The file is not actually saved to your project yet. It is ready to be put into your project once we hit stop. So we will do that. We'll hit stop and confirm. And now we can see that our programs in the workspace have been saved. We can click on them and see the text of each of these programs that we saved. And we also see the top 50 data in outputs for this Data Studio session. We can click it here, or we can go to the Files tab and see that that file is now present in our project files. We can click it and view it. To recap, Data Studio allows you to perform analyses on the cloud using your preferred analysis environment. Data Studio also allows you to save the outputs of your analysis to your project space on BDC-Seven Bridges. SAS Studio is a cloud-based implementation of SAS that is integrated into BDC-Seven Bridges. Thanks for watching.